we're going to a little bit more, and then let's kind of let's get started. I can't forget that. Hey. So this is just a way to say the long trip, all that good stuff. You ain't coming out. We're gonna get started. I don't want to be, too late to start. It's not fair. Our followers on our Zoom, and we can rock and roll. Let me get started. All right.
So, Mr. Davis.
Yep.
Can you do your understanding here?
Oh, hey, listen. Welcome to another Man on a Mission Mondays. Where we just have conversation about what's going on between men. Where we sit and we talk to each other, we counsel each other. It's a strong brotherhood. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, even though you're virtual, you're right here with us as well. But we're gonna get started. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I think we got a question in the chat already. So let's check it out. All right. Listen, if you don't know, Mr. Corey, if you can introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about the shop and what exactly you do here for about a minute or two, and then we'll get going.
Okay, my name is Corey Daniels. This here is Bose Studio. It was once owned by my beautiful sister, Bose. She moved to Phoenix, Arizona. She left it here for us. We put it together. We didn't want to get rid of the stuff. It's been here for almost 20 years.
Wow.
So we try to keep it in the neighborhood, try to keep cool with the young ones, all of that. And we try to give you quality haircuts and give you the best advice we can possibly give you. We try to live our best life. We try to show everybody that there's nothing negative that comes in.
Yeah.
When it's negative in here, we talk you down or we escort you out. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Because no one needs negativity around here, man. Trust me, we've been through enough. So we here right now to just like in this shop right here, it's all love. Everything is always positive up in here. You can come up here and talk. You ain't got to go up here and get a haircut. Come up here and sit here for 3 or 4 hours and okay and have a good conversation with us. We're here to just show positive energy, bring that good vibe here, good music. We have a TV going, have a sports going, all of that, good conversation. Just it's always love. So this is what we do here at Bose Hair Studio. This is what we do.
Wow. How do they contact?
You can contact me at 773-230-7508. I have other barbers here, but tell me you can always contact me and get in touch with anybody. Come up here and get a haircut. If I can't get you, I got 3 other barbers. My daughter she actually works part-time right here in this chair right there.
Oh, wow.
So if women can get their hair done, we also have another young lady named Ashley that does hair right here. So we have something for everybody.
Good stuff.
Women want to get their eyebrows off, hey, men or the women can do it. But we hit.
Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
For opening up this tour. Once again, what we're doing on the Man on the Mission Monday, the importance of it is opening up that dialogue that men may have from the day-to-day basis to the day-to-day struggle. Where we want to talk about things that may not be as popular amongst each other and in the safe space. But I come to the understanding of in life is we are truly a help to each other, and we are truly connected in more ways than we really understand. So I'm gonna ask a few questions. Please, if you feel like answering, raise your hand. I'm sorry we don't have the mic today, but I'm sure we can use our outside voice and get the same effect, all right? Feel free to sit back, relax, chill, and we're gonna rock and roll. First, I want to give honor, and I want to say, we couldn't do this without Jamar Green. Jamar Green has done a great job trying to find where those gaps in the community that we need to bridge so we all can become synergistically combined. So I applaud him because this barbershop tour is not just about going from barbershop to barbershop and socializing with each other, but it's about building self, building the community, building the household, and more than anything, building a black man and putting a black man in his rightful place back at home with his family. So, he has that initiative and also the My Turn to Own initiative, which is an initiative to, pretty much promote, push, motivate, educate first-time home buyers to be in their own homes and to learn how not only to purchase a home, but learn how to leverage and make sure some equity in that home, where you can be in a place of financial freedom. So let's get started with a few questions that we have. Please do not be shy, whatsoever. The first question that I have is, what is the measure of a man? And the reason I ask this question, and ladies, I apologize, but you always got to do that in play now. But the traditional woman and the traditional man, and when I want to say traditional woman is, she measures herself on, am I married by a certain age? How many children do I have? Can I have children? Things of that nature. Men more measure themselves on what kind of car I drive, how much money I got in the bank. You know, am I driving a 9 to 5? Am I going to work every day? What does that look like? But I don't really think people understand that being a man is more than what tradition says a man is. And I would like to circle this conversation. You want to take it first. How do you measure a man? How do you define a man beyond finance? What are those things that a man, quote unquote, does that's needed in an everyday household? Anybody want to take it? Go ahead, Mr. Ford.
Me personally is being a father.
Okay.
Being a father is everything. Because if you can't educate, if you can't raise your child the right way, you can't show them the right way, then there's like you as a man, as a human being, as a person, period. If you can't teach or see your child how to walk that right path, and we're not perfect, none of us are perfect, but teach them from the mistakes that we made. If you can't do that to your own children, how can you as a person continue to walk on? You can't continue to move forward. It's hard for me to look at, I can't, it would be difficult for me to try to move forward and live a great life, or try to live a great life if I'm not showing that example to my seed. You see what I'm saying? And I'm a father of only one. I have an 18-year-old daughter. Wow. You know, and I've raised her by myself. I'm married now, but I had her outside of, I was gonna say before me and my wife got married. Yeah. But learning to be with her and raise her by myself for so many years, it really kept me at home. You know what I'm saying? And keeping me at home taught me, or shall I say, it just made me realize, remember a lot of things my moms and pops taught me. Like, okay, this is what my moms and pops were talking about. You know, and you know, I'm thinking about like the things that my moms would say, hey man, when she gets that teenager, you're about to have some problems. Yeah. And I see it. Yeah. But it's about knowing that. And if I don't know that, if I can't teach her, then what am I doing? That's right. That's right. What am I doing? Because if I can't teach her, that means I'm not doing something right with myself.
And you know what? To chime in, I think that children need their fathers in like 3 or 4 areas in their life. When they're little girls, or little boys, then come back around in their teenage years. And then once you get to the adult years, you're really asking questions, trying to get to know. Or another area is probably when they start having children as well, and they're not understanding something. So it's a thing of, it's not, and I guess another way to ask this question is, what does a man provide other than the necessities of like money? Because when men feel like they can't work, when they don't have the finances to provide, they don't feel useful. You see what I'm saying? It's hard. It is. It's like or woman, hey, how you doing, Mr. Green? Good. Yeah, I'm gonna set it up. The question that we were going off of is, and come on, man, we got that card. And you can take it, and jump on it as well. What is the measure of a man? And what we were breaking down is a man is more than finance. A man is more than 9 to 5. Because some men feel like I'm not working. Any man in here for a long period of time without a job. Bills still rolling in. It seems like everywhere you turn is stressful. You're not everybody's kid or parent shoes, or you're not, and you know, a lot of times, the wife feels a hard one, but she gets a heavier load because now she's stressed and she's struggling, and she still got time for the man to make sure he feels like a man. So when you're talking about being a man, how do you measure it?
Well, unfortunately, can we pause real quick and let's go.
Oh, she got it right there, huh? Mic check, there you go.
All right, so, can you do me a favor? Say it again. I think Zoom can hear a lot.
No problem at all. Then, once again, the question is, what is the measure of a, what is it? Up a little bit. Oh, yeah. What is the measure of a man and how do you measure one?
So everybody got, I think, their own definition of what a man really is. So what I will do is I'll touch on what I believe. And one of the big things to me is that we are the ones to elevate our families. We are the ones who are the providers and the protectors, but once again, the ones who elevate our families. One of the biggest things that we're missing, and this is why our communities are suffering economically the way that they are, is because there is not enough men that are elevating their families. There are not enough men that are creating opportunities, that are owning businesses, that are elevating the family's wealth, building that family structure that's needed so that we can create generational wealth. And that's one of the biggest things that we're missing. And when you talk about measuring a man, that's what I mean. What are you investing into your family? How are you elevating your family so that long-term generations to come that bear your name, right, have something that you love, have something that you love? What is the legacy that you're leaving? A lot of times we are constantly just living and existing. But what does that lead? What does that lead to your kids or lead to your kids' kids? And that's why it's so important for us to, as men, because every other culture does it. You look at men in other cultures, you'll see that they, bring up their kids, that they invest in their kids or trust funds for their kids, and that continues, right? That name continues. You look at the major rich, wealthy families in America. It was started by men who provided them that structure and investment into that family. And that's what we as men, I believe, Black men are missing. And that's how we rebuild the village. That's how we create better children long term. And so,
You go, sir.
Michael,
Yeah, you probably hold the top a little bit, yep, just like that.
measurement of, my name is Wallace David Grant. That's a good, great question. And I'm speaking as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather, as a partner, ex-felon. The measurement of a man is an individual that accepts his responsibility, knowing that the things that he do, there's consequences to his actions. It ain't always about the job. The measurement of a man is when he convinces a woman that he loves her and go before her, regardless of what the outcome may come from them making miles or making love, which bring about a consequence. He understands the fact that when he makes a decision to bring a woman into his life and to step a child and come into his life, that he's responsible for food, clothing, and shelter. But the measurement of a man constantly grows as his development comes into play. It ain't about being honest. One has to make sure he let a woman know that she entrusts him to stay down with him to accept full responsibility. There ain't no such thing as measuring of a man. Dog, when you can't sing, I can't find no job, I can't make no living to provide for the consequences of my responsibility. For having a woman to accept life. When I'm speaking on the subject of my did. Because that woman will put everything into him. She gonna be there that's gonna hear him crying, Brother Jamal, no, because I know the measurement of him, from which he came. I know his. I know his grandfather, his uncle, those that made him to become a man that is. Ain't gonna happen to that. That ain't gonna go school. Okay, I see him out making moves and making sacrifices because he understands the consequences on his actions before he makes a decision on what he's going to do. So when you see him at grandfather like him, and he understands simply violence to be hold up his child and let it be done. I expected someone to come and tell me, I know we may have done, but I won't say that. You can't tell me that. When he made moves, I'll tell you what I know because I watched it grow. But when someone asks me about the measure of I measure myself as I see a man that measure himself from value of being that is known to his life. Regardless of from the streets to the church, higher learning or no learning. But the measure of a man to me is when a man made that commitment to himself. There come what may, any means necessary. I refuse to be that in a man.
Well put, well put, well put. Let's move on to the next question. Especially in today's generation, how does a man who lacks resources communicate he needs help? You have pride, you have ego, you have so many obstacles in the way from some embarrassment, from saying, hey, I'm at my worst, and I need help. I'm gonna ask that question again. How does a man who lacks resources communicate he needs help?
I feel the first thing is to admit that you need the help. That's it, that's all. You know, what is it, what's the saying, pride comes before fall?
Yeah.
You have to admit that you need help. You might stand here and me being in the bar, just being in the shop and everything like that, but that don't mean you trust. Like we were speaking on earlier, before you got me, everything like that.
You have to realize that no person is perfect, but you have to recognize that you're not perfect. It's a difference. It's a difference. You have to recognize that you're not perfect. I said earlier, the mirror is the most powerful tool because you stand in front of it every day. And you have to ask yourself, what am I doing right? But more importantly, what am I doing wrong? Because the right, okay, you do that, it's right. But when you know you have done things that's wrong, when you know that you have failed at certain things, you know, it's about accepting it, admitting it, and figuring out how to be better at it to move on. So you have to do that. That's me, that's the answer to that. Pure and simple. You have to recognize when you fall. You have to recognize your fault. Because if you can't recognize your fault, how am I going to tell you that? How am I going to help you do something? How am I going to help you do something? I can't help you do something if I don't recognize what I've done wrong in my life. I can't tell you something. You know, when the case may be, it's just, how can I point the finger at you when I know that the finger needs to be pointed at myself first? I can't sit there and say that you're wrong. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all do wrong, but it starts with yourself. It starts within. And that's, to me, the simplest way to put it.
And you know what, to jump on that, denial is a monster. Man, I'm telling you, denial is a monster. And it's important for us as brothers to position ourselves where we have an open door policy when it comes to our brother. People laugh and joke but you have to have a discernment. That's why you gotta stay connected spiritually. I believe God can give you a discernment and say, hey, that brother crying out. And then when you have times for one-on-ones, it's okay for you to ask your brother, you okay? No, I know we laugh and joke, but seriously, you good? You know I'm here for you. And keep it moving. But as men, and I fall victim to this as well. As men, you would rather tighten your belt up, tend not, because you don't want to owe no man. You don't want people to see you at your worst. People take advantage of it. They talk about you. We don't want to feel what hurt feels like unnecessary. But I will tell you something. How do you ask for help? You number one has to be around wise counsel. You just don't just ask anybody for help because you guys, in some cases, when you ask for help, you got to return. So if you're around wise counsel and people that truly love you, and people that go above and beyond for you, then you just have to speak up. And you have to be around people that love you so much that they can see your hurt before you hurt. People have to, who your best friend, my mama? That's my best friend, my mama. Let's move on to the next one. Anybody else want to jump on that? You good? You want to jump on it? You good? All right, next question. What does that help look like? Spiritually, mentally, financially? Wait, before we get to that one, I want to get to this. What does a healthy daily routine look like for me? A healthy daily routine. What does that look like for me? And that incorporates who you talk to. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you're looking at? Who you sleeping next to? What you eat? I mean, the list goes on. What is a healthy daily routine for a man? Here you go, sir.
Really ask that question. For me, you know, my wife and I got this thing since this, you know, I've got now learning this over Facebook and texting and TikTok and all that thing. A daily routine for a man that feel that he's complete. I feel I'm complete. Got to be a good mama for the year. Because then when you can wake up and hear us snoring, reading, watching sleep, looking at it. But with my wife, we speak up. She put out a daily prayer. We know, break it out, I've been sitting on this too. She put out a daily prayer. And it's incumbent upon me, instead of just telling her through that day, I'm with you, babe, I gotta follow through and respond to the faithful message that he put out to everyone. Before I keep making mention to my brother's name, because I see the love they have for his children, so I can respect the mother of his child.
Yeah.
And a good woman prepares a man for what he's gonna come into before he walk that door. So you can't go out and you have to be on in. You gotta have that conversation within the house. Because he's gonna be the one that's gonna set you right there. You gotta put that aside. You can't go out there. And know this, like being in the media. They may give you 15 minutes of play as they recording you, but you only got 90 seconds that they gonna cut out there to get your point across.
Yeah.
But individuals are not getting that. He gonna go out there and think he got a full 15 minutes. But everything that we say, a person that's conscious of his responsibilities as a man, to be about providing food, clothing, and shelter. He know he got to be on point with what he say. Because what he say can make it hard for him to provide his responsibility to the one that he does. Including the family.
Anybody else want to take it?
To piggyback on the time. Waking up every morning, seeing my wife say, yeah. Getting up, when I'm going to the kitchen and sharp chicken, yeah. I gotta, in order to get to the kitchen, I gotta go past a door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to go past, because I call her, I have two directors, but my daughter, this is really my stepdaughter, my daughter, going to my room, but in order to get to the kitchen, I gotta sleep over. You know what I'm saying? Go, that's one. But the biggest thing is one thing my mom always taught. You kill them with kindness. The person may try to come at you with the most negative thing. The most negative response. My mama said, just say okay, shake your hand and say okay. Even if it may upset you to the fullest. Don't let it go. You can't let another person know when you're bothering them. Go home, you pray over. You don't pray for them. You pray for them, but you pray for yourself first. You go home and you chill, walk away from it. Because that's key to the enemy, like I said earlier. That was pretty much all.
I'm gonna tell you, what is a healthy daily routine for a man looks like? As a man, I don't really think we understand self-care. And how self-care starts with mental and spiritual. And a lot of it has to do with making sure that you're around the right energy of people. And you have people in the household. I think we can create chaos in our household by the choices we make as men. A lot of things starts with self. Get up in the morning, drop on your knees and say a prayer. If you got a wife or a significant other, make sure they're covered as well. Make sure if you want to get up and do some exercises or some sit-ups and push-ups, get your physical in order, do that. Shower, what's another one? Make sure you got a smoothie. You don't have to wake up to eggs and bacon every morning. Heavy food, sugar, starches every morning. It's okay to go for a jog. But more than anything, position yourself where your life is not a stressful type of life. with the small choices we make on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I know you hate drinking water, but drink it. It makes sense. We gotta get to a place where we understand that if we don't invest in ourselves and pour in ourselves little by little, day by day, doing the things that may be uncomfortable but know is good for us, if we don't get there, everybody suffers. One thing I love about women love to learn. You connect with a woman that she trusts you as her, man, that's some power. She trusts you as, I'm gonna follow your lead. It's a responsibility that comes with that. You know, you know, it takes me that everybody wants the title, but nobody wants the responsibility. Call me daddy, but you ain't bought like one pair of shoes for me. you ain't, you know, but everybody wants the product, but they don't want the process. So, like the gentleman was saying, once you gain that trust, it's paradise. And once you do what you're supposed to do with that trust, a lot of things you don't have to worry about. Got another question I want to ask. And I think we all share this in common, and I want everybody to speak on this. How did you get out of your darkest moment of life? You probably slipped into depression. It's real. I remember one time I was depressed and didn't even know I was depressed. 3 days went by, I didn't eat, and it wasn't because it's just I wasn't hungry. So, how did you get out of one of the darkest moments of your life? Anybody?
All right, so I'm just to kind of hear the last few questions. I want to touch on a few things. One of them, we were talking about a few questions ago, you were talking about so let me just touch on the fact that, you know, as Black men, I talk about elevation of the family. Black men gotta have heart. We gotta have drive. Let's look at the historical context. Let's look at what we've done already many years ago. The great kings before us that built everything. Didn't ask questions. Didn't ask for help. Both times they got them. And so, what's important though to that is that yes, you have comrades and folks around you that you can talk to, and it's important to choose the right person that you're around with. All of those things matter, but we must have the drive to get up and go out and do it. That's the reason why I'm here today. Was because as a young boy, I saw both of my parents work regular jobs many years, and I said I want to be the person to elevate my family and not following that same cycle. And so I stepped out there and took risks so that I could be an entrepreneur, so that I can have time to invest in the community, so I can have time to invest in my children. Because my parents didn't have that much time because they were working. And so when I talk about elevating the family, it's not all about financial. It's about what we're pouring back into that family. My kids get to see me a lot. Right, I get to go to the basketball game. I get to go to gymnastics. I get to get up and be flexible with my time. Well, my kids know I can't go a few days without talking and seeing them. It's just not possible. Hasn't been my whole life. And they need us. And so for us to be able to pour to the children, to stop letting public school system miseducate our kids, and let the systems control what they're learning and what they're eating and what they're like. We have that duty as men to provide that structure so that our kids look better than us. I grew up, I grew up around, grew up in the streets, around in poverty, single mother taking care of the house, right? Like, that means the lights and the gas off sometimes. That means I'm watching folks be in the shower on the block. That means I'm going through all these things. So now I have a duty to step out there and make sure my kids live a better life than I did. I wanted my mom So, more than she was there. That means that I have to pick somebody that I can create a life for and invest into their, in their children and have time to do so. So I want my kids to say, I want mom, I want dad. No, we here. We here. I take my kids, many people say my kids on press conferences, you know, I take it. They see that and they don't know what's going on, but hey, they see cameras and they see they don't understand one thing. But they see it, right? And they see that working. When I got something new, right? I bought coach buses. First people to see them, my kids. Daddy, why you got a bus? Oh, this is what this bus gonna do. Daddy, we got a new house. This is what they see that, right? So that they are thinking different as they grow and they're more inspired, more hopeful, and understanding that, you know, they have everything that they need to be who they are. So when you talk about daily work, you talk about all these things about how can you build that structure? How do you have that heart, that drive? How do you choose the right people around you? Because that's so important. The right person to play with. Sometimes sometimes things don't work. Sometimes you're in situations that work and you'll be blessed like it'll be all these years, right? But when you have certain morals and values, you'll always choose similar people with similar characteristics. And you'll start seeing people who choose wrong and they keep getting with the same type of person all the time. Same type of person. Whether somebody's going to use somebody that's selfish, somebody don't care about, then they get out of relationship with the same type of person because they have not determined the real morals and values of the family that they want to create. So I choose a certain type of person that don't work. So it's still a similar certain type of person that believes in family, right? Believes in building a family with these values and morals for our children, that believes in building up the next generation, that believes in investing back into the community, that believes in investing into her faith, right? So that we can be, you want that type of person next to you, right? And that's what's so important to me. So all of those few things, a few questions.
Anybody else? How did you get out of the darkest moment of your life?
Real quick, I'm sorry. I'll take 30 seconds on this. How did you get out of the dark moment? The reality is, it was, we all get to a stage where we think that we don't have emotions, right? We think it, we get it. We got to do it right. Until you get to situations where you by yourself and you really start to understand that you're feeling something and it's okay. And you may not show it to everybody, right? You may be happy around everybody, but when you by yourself, you know that. Start dropping tears, you know that you hurt, right? Us man, we all go through it. And I think through the darkest moment of my life, it was about really understanding what's at stake. Right? Really understand everything that I've invested, the type of thing that I'm trying to create, the type of community that I'm trying to create, city, youth, everybody that depends on me. All of the people that I see living greater lives because they have elevated, put them in position. For my kids, right? Being able to give them the life that I always want. So seeing those things play out right in front of you, give you that motivation, right? To start to work on yourself, to get into therapy. Let me say it, right? Can you see it there? I do therapy once a week, right? To start to find different ways, whether it is working, whether it is yoga, and a sauna, right? Sitting in a sauna. Whatever it is, start to get your head straight and then think on, all right, what's my next move? Because a lot of times when we get in those moments, we feel like we stuck. Those are those depression moments. We feel like we stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know how we're gonna get out of this. Whether it's financial, family, whatever, we stuck. And so being able to clear head, understand what's at stake, and then plan that next move and go out there and do it, and not be as stagnant as we, like you said, not even 3 days. We do that first, but then we get up, and we begin to do what we gotta do.
Good stuff, good stuff. And I gotta say, like, with, when you're in your darkest moment, it's hard. You, especially when you're a person that you have so many bright ideas. You know, you feel like you did everything right. You know, you listen to mom, and you listen to dad, and you did this, you did that. And now you feel like you're in a business. And you apply for a job, and you apply for $100 and nobody calls you back. Bank account, they say empty, but it's in the devil. They give you the $35 fee, I don't know. You know, they're like, we have to be jealous, but you rob Peter to pay Paul, and rob Paul, and then rob the rest of the 12 disciples. Like, everybody out of a lot. But I'm gonna tell you something, how I kept moving. That's one thing I learned about a shark. The shark is down and it stops. The shark gotta keep moving. And sometimes when you spiritually connected, you do things you don't even know that you're doing, but you just move. And sometimes some around and say, yeah, I applied for this job 3 years ago. And then they end up with, you gotta keep moving, gotta keep doing something. You gotta keep building relationships. You can't stay and sit still. There's sometimes you'll be so broke where, I remember one time I was so broke, someone called me about a job interview. I was in California, I was young too. Somebody called me about a job interview. And I hated to do this, but I had to ask them. You know the questions you will ask from the job interview, probably your second, third interview, like how much you pay. I don't think I said that because I need to know. So you can have gas money to get there. We straight in the bottom hole right now. Tell me, you know, you, and then it's that simple when somebody gonna kick in, if it's $5 left on your credit card, you gonna take that and you gonna swipe it at the table and let that boy. You know, you're learning how to survive. Sleeping in the back of the car, saying, I have a back of the car sleeping. You know, I'm pulling that with the guy and he's something like this, and got something in the back, and I need to hold that. You know? But when you hit your lowest and your lowest, and then you look and you ask the God, what is going to teach you with it? What is going to do? And see, the most hard part about it is when you are the first generation everything. You don't know nobody. Everybody looking at you like, yeah, you don't want to do it, but nobody talking you through how to do it. Everybody just telling you, yeah, you got it. Yeah, do this, they're pointing in the right direction, but it's a difference than somebody pointing you in the right direction and somebody saying, hey, follow me step by step. And that's the reason it's so important for a man to be in a household. Because there's little things that a book can't teach you. Book can't teach you how to shave. They can teach me how to get a brush, all that kind of stuff. They can teach me technique. You see what I'm saying? A book can't teach me that it's some things that I have just not do. It's some things that are some things a man just don't say, and some places a man just don't. Daddy can teach me that. And I say it time and time after again, and this is how it ties in. But kids don't listen to what you say; they listen to what you do. And the reason I tie that back in is because I think God and I have parents that they had kind of foundational principle that was so strong that even when I was at my worst and my worst, I would go break something. Somebody I feel moved right now. And the thing that taught me at a young age is right in my ear. And it helped me get through the hard time. This is one thing my mom always told me, I was switching around. She said, the best that I ever received, she said, listen and be like them. She said, just those two components that open up so many doors, just listen and be like them. You see somebody, hey, how you doing? How about that personality? When somebody takes time to pull you to the side, take a little from the talk, and if you come back, listen. And then it'll open so many doors. Look, listen. Go ahead.
Young lady that y'all see next to me. This is my daughter, my only daughter.
Wow.
The one time that I felt that I was in darkness when I went to the penitentiary. They deal and they had the rules where you couldn't touch. You keep it, right? Now we go over there and I'm right. Even though I knew that I was gonna end up in the hole. I was fucking and living up. But one of the things that I knew I was trying to education. For some, they already graduated and college, on college. When I got a master's, going to become a teacher. He got one, two months. Got 2 months. That you were saying, and you were saying, is mandatory that we put in to make them go another step. Because my grandmother saw how she went to school to the point that they knew they went to school to graduate. And one of my granddaughters was on that the youngest granddaughter beat her before she graduated.
Wow.
But you know what one thing is? My great grandson. So them graduates on a generational piece to the point he couldn't wait to get to kindergarten so he get, pre-graduate, so he get the captain grant thing down.
Yeah.
But he's seeing what they went through, so he knows the mandatory that he do. Like you said, we have to, that's why I'm glad that we have this Bible start talking, don't you know, we be in talking about how big it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we in the state now, we got to really re-educate those that didn't know by virtue of the fact of taking the responsibility to share what they know instead of hoarding what they know.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter out.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm proud of it. Cause that's why I'm talking about what you do with yours. You know, I drag it back to the window thing. I say, hey, come back to you. I just want to say, hey, you're right about God. To God be the glory. Everybody gonna have a conversation with God. Make no mistake about it. Everybody gonna have that conversation with God. Gonna make some commitments and everything to come up out that darkness.
Listen, it's getting close to that time. But before we wrap it up, I'm gonna ask another question. Come on in, Kenny, have a seat. Come on in, Kenny. Quick question for you. What's the best advice you have ever heard or received that has molded you as a man? What's the best advice you ever heard and received that have molded you as a man? Anybody want to take this?
It actually goes to something I said earlier. Like I said, my mom always told me, kill a person with kindness.
Yeah.
Because even if you might have, me and this man might get into a heated conversation. But if I know how to just walk away from it, not only will that keep me cool, but then that may show him like.
Yeah.
It wasn't working, it's not working, because now, because bro, you got cats out here. That's murking each other on the ground, they shoot each other for $50. They shoot each other over a woman.
Yeah.
And please, sisters, don't take that the wrong way, so I understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Bro, a woman is not a reason for you to get into a man, or get into with a brother and kill him. You know what I'm saying? You get into it because, okay, you doing this, killing a brother for $50, $25, $100, that's nothing. That's nothing. I mean, this is not a, this is not a, this is not a, this is, oh, I'm sorry. This is not a, those type of thing, but what am I gonna get into about $50? I'm just gonna be here, cut 2 years.
Yeah.
And man, that's one you got to about, I think it's $20, $50, $100 for nothing. For nothing, and that's the best example, that's the best advice I've ever gotten is, hey, kill them with challenge, learn how to walk away.
Yeah.
Learn how to walk away and be cool, because then you can avoid a whole lot of drama.
And you know what, I'm glad you said that, because somewhere down the line, we have distorted what a man really looks like, or how a man is supposed to react. Somewhere down the line, they rewritten the approach of a man, yelling, screaming, rah, even a dress code. It's young ladies are now impressed with the dope dealers.
Yeah, yeah.
They like the men that's, they have the big friends and the hooligans and the ones that.
So y'all just had to bring out attendance.
It's something about the definition of a man has really been distorted, but like the gentleman was saying, being a man is about knowing when to talk and when to shut your mouth. It's about knowing how to pull your pants up on your back, because you understand that you don't just represent you represent your people around the world. Being a man is about being slow to talk and quick to listen. And then some conversations you just don't have as a man. I don't have conversation about up under my wife's or my woman's clothes with another man. It's nothing jokey or fun or funny about that. I don't play wrestle and fight with another grown man, because I know that man is always testing and trying to find out what my true strength is. But there's some things, I don't even when I leave my house. And when my homeboys say, if I leave my house, my mom gotta go with me, everybody gotta leave. That we was raised by the same parents together is a whole different story. But I don't know, we was raised for 15 years. I don't know if you out on the phone. And you probably secure whatever you want to talk about. But the point I'm saying is when you talk about it, you have to talk about it. And the way a man becomes wise is he sits under wisdom. I don't care if wisdom is 9-year-old or 2 years old. I'm gonna sit under and learn something that I didn't know before. So that's my question to you all. The title of man has become thrown around. And we're gonna leave off on this one note. And I just want to know, and passing as we close out, I don't want to say define me. I don't want to say that. But tell me the characteristics that you're most proud of that has gotten me through life as a man.
Me myself is knowing that I've always been around righteous men. Everybody say it takes a village to raise a child. Because of the righteous men within that village, they accept the responsibility, the security area or the boundaries of that village, and other meaning trying to This is my opinion. When we start letting others outside of our culture define the definition of men when it comes to our culture, we have our problem. A man can define what man is supposed to be and what okay? Chinese can explain how a man is supposed to be and Chinese, everyone comes out community and their definition on what our culture is. And I think instead of building back, it's time for us to build back.
So I should apologize. My name is Mustafa, and if I was to give one point about what I would do, first, we have to define ourselves as more than just plus hanging between our legs.
Yeah, yeah.
And we must define ourselves more than how much money is in our pocket. What we have to do is what, and I'm gonna shorten because I'm a long talker. I'm a long talker, but Mr. Mountain, Haji Mountain said, you know, we gotta do three, whatever else we do, we have to do three things essentially in all of what we have to do. What are those three things? We need to wake up to who we are. We need to clean up what we do, and then we need to stand up to become the person and people we have. My brother, Judge, we, as you saw, we know that we are. And we've had our struggles with the same question in our lifetime. I'm 70 years old. And in my journey, we have to take that to heart, because that's not just a religious obligation, that's a social obligation, it's a cultural obligation. He said, when they stole the idea that it takes a village to raise a child, they forgot to say who was in the village. You know, and then we can forgetting to say that, or deliberately or by unintentionally, it became the model. We're gonna bring the end, and we're gonna pull the sisters out, make them serve the boys and all of that. When the sisters, my mother raised 7 boys and 3 girls in Cabrini Green. She raised us, she made us who I, men came along later and taught me how to be what I need to be.
Yeah.
And I did 22 years in captivity. I captured them in prison. And in that experience, I learned a lot of things about us. Even though I lived in Cabrini Green, I didn't know the culture. Until I got to Manala, until I went to Shawnee, until I got to Dixie, and then I came home. And I realized that when I left food, as I like to tell some of the students I wrote, when I left these brothers and sisters, when I came back, we told dogs, and I'm hearing new terms like side women and all that. And we put ourselves in a position to do that. I was watching, I'm not a rap, I'm not a TV player, but I was watching the TV program. And I saw Southern Address. And when I saw it Saturday Night Live, I said, oh, they just around, you know, they just playing. So go on. But before I got ready to turn the channel, the brothers started singing and they were applauding. And they did a close-up on him and said, this is his double song about. I said, what the brother doing in the press? Yeah. You know, and I called some of the other people saying, are y'all in the press now? He said, well, some people are pushing that as a new fad. No, that ain't no new fad. That's an examination of your personhood as a biological male. And because we don't know our culture, we don't celebrate it. And what little we know, they know us. So my thing would be to try to dig deep into what Malcolm meant when he told us to wake up, clean up, and stand up. And then apply that in our work. He and I worked in the prison, and we are people on the same job and everything. And then on that job, we had all kind of brothers and things. And we tried to organize them out. I helped organize the first Black Mission program, Sarah institution. And brought people. And one thing I do is I talk a lot, but I also work a lot. And my sister who invited me here, she knows that firsthand because we became friends working on different projects for the young people. So my assessment and my commentary, and I hope I'm not being too long, but we need to wake up. We who are up here in the elders who and seniors need to pass this back that we learned it because we haven't done that. And that's why they can consider even putting them young brothers in trust. But it's also a consciousness. The popular shows are not educational shows, but the popular shows, Jerry Springer, Cheers, other stuff. And they merge all of that. And they put this back in 360s with pencil lead paints and gym shoes, as you see, I was in a hurry, I didn't use right side. But I did that not because Sister giving me any financial reward, but because she asked me. She said, you need to come out tonight. Yeah. And I don't usually do tonight. But because I know the sister trust me to be honest and to stand up where other people might be sitting down. And I'm glad to see these brothers because I know they stood up and stand up. We may not always agree on how you stand up, but you're standing up. So we have to define that in a real clear term. We have to give it to the young brothers. And I'm working with a group called ADJ Social Services. Okay. And me and the sister, she, a lot of the groups that you can get that used to do the healing, this pandemic and other things that wipe them on the soft map, especially related to brothers. And the society is pushing the Black woman out front. I'm like, with all due respect, and the other sister, he's talking about hiring from Supreme Court, but that's within their world, that's within their world. And our world, us who come from, we gotta find ways to talk with our sisters, not just from here or that other head on our body, but from here too. We need to understand them and they need to understand us. Hey, this is the 21st century for me. If we still stuck in the 15th, 14th, 13th culture and ideas, we won't go nowhere. And we'll be, you, my son or grandson will be sitting here talking to your grandson about the same thing. So my conclusion was wake up, clean up, and stand up. And let's do it that way and not, try to, deify Malcolm or deify Dr. King. They were teachers and instructors, and now their ancestral wisdom resides in the library, not in our practice. We need to get it out of the library.
Right, along with your question, definition of a man. I'm gonna say one word, I'll make sense. I'm gonna say one word, and the word is nice. You know what I'm talking about. That's my daughter. That's my definition of a man right now. And I say that because not knowing what a father, my father taught me and raised me and showed me right. But as me being a father, I didn't have to. I didn't have to do it. Didn't have to do it. But I had to learn. And to me, that's the definition of a man, because you learn and which you take the things that you learn from my pops, my uncles, my cousins, things of that nature, even the women in my life, my mother, aunties, my wife, all of them. I'm learning these things because I have a boy.
If I know how to be a man, then what I can do is teach you from my perspective, to teach you when to watch out for. Teach you how to protect yourself. And at the end of the day, you don't gotta call nobody else. You got my number and teach you the right way. That's the definition of being a man. Because you learn that. The definition, that right there, you teaching them, whether you have a daughter or a son or whatever, you have a child. So you being a man, you have to be a man before you be a father, for sure. You have to understand what that means. You have to understand everything that comes with that. 2 o'clock in the morning, hey, daddy, out here, my car broke down at 2 o'clock in the morning. Guess who's born? Hey, daddy, when the first little signs of womanhood, y'all know what I'm talking about, come down. I was at work. I was at that. But I was thinking, I'm on the phone with you. What am I supposed to be doing right now? But these are things wrong. That right there is the definition of a man. The definition of a man, to me, is learning how to take care of your seed, your family, your home, all that. And that's why.
All right, so my definition of a man is literally, teaching himself how to be a man based on other people that are mentors. If you don't have mentors, look how other men be very observant of those that are successful around you. And put them inside of your circle, don't cast them out. If you do that, you won't be able to learn how to progress in life. Please teach yourself how to be a man based on other mentors that are successful. That is the best way to be a man. Most of the things I've learned is observing what is around me. All my uncles, all of my brothers, he's like a father. He's my older brother, and he's Mike. And the things I learned from him is how to work. He was working at the age of 13. He didn't wait for when he was youth, just to supply his needs, you know. So you gotta work towards teaching yourself on how to be observant with other successful men that are still alive here today, that you can consult with and really talk to and ask questions on how to be a man, the things that you do not know, in order for you to gain the wisdom, the knowledge, understanding, the spiritual stability, the way to eat right. We got a big problem on that. We gotta really be careful about what we feed ourselves, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So those people around you, they should have stability of all those things in order for you to be a well-rounded man. Let them be your mentors and do not be afraid to ask questions to grow. You know, I want to touch on this that we talking about man. One of the biggest things, which is kind of touched on, some of everybody said, is what are you pouring back? Pouring back, that means that you must be a constant learner. Yeah, I still teach David, he's 7 years old, I teach David something. But guess what? If he learns something from me, going at the times change, right? He got old, I bet he can go to teach him something. Guess what? He gonna take what I taught him and he gonna teach somebody else. So you must be a constant learner and constantly pour back. Because that's the only way to build the structure of your family, build the community, build the legacy. That's the only way to build is if you pour back. And you can't continue to pour back if you don't know nothing. So you must always be a learner to give back wisdom, right? That's why it kills me. A lot of folks have a lot of wisdom, but it don't mean that because they got off and then it goes with them. They hoard. And so to build the lives that we need to build for our children and our communities, we must learn, continue to learn, pass it down, continue to be there, continue to understand that we don't make mistakes, but continue to hold ourselves accountable, continue to be better each and every day, and make sure that our kids understand that they're not perfect. We're not perfect. They can make mistakes. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to express yourself, but understand the legacy and where we're going and how we want to elevate. If we all have that, then we will see a better future.
I want to say this, the Black family is under attack, and it's intentional. The fabric of the Black family is under attack, and it's been like this for a while. We're in a state of emergency. We're in a true state of emergency. The mindset is so backwards now. Women, I'm not against women having high positions in different companies. I'm not against women spearheading rallies or things of that. I'm not against it, but I am against the agenda to build the woman up where she no longer needs the man. That's the problem that I have. Nowadays, in today's generation, the woman is just saying, he's a good guy, get me pregnant. I don't want nothing to do with you. I have my career, I got my kid, and I'm single, and I'm all by myself, and I'm fine. That was not it wasn't meant to be that way. I also want to apologize to all my women for saying that we didn't show up the way we supposed to. Please forgive us. Because as men, our number one priority is to make sure that you're covered. And in today's society, a lot of women that are trying to step up, not only on the behalf of themselves, but on the behalf of the Black man, in most cases, they're left out with. So, that's why I applaud Mr. Green so much for platforms like this. Because usually when we come to the barber shop, we just talk man talk. Talk about stuff that don't matter and don't make no sense. When you go to the surprises, only child, you go good, you know down, you just that and But what I like about this is because you're planting seeds. And somebody may not get it today, but tomorrow they may think about something that has been said on this platform. Where they understand the importance of you have to be intentional where the Black family is concerned. So I want to say I appreciate you for coming out tonight. I'm going to give them to Mr. Green to close us out.
Real quick, I gotta get to my son basketball. So let me say this because you touched on something good. That's a really short. +70% of Black households being led by women. That tells you that we are in a state of emergency. Black women, whether they think it or not, cannot continue to live in communities and households by themselves. Again, that is causing long-term trauma in many different ways. Black women cannot create the generational wealth and legacy needed by themselves. When you are talking about Black women at the helm of the household, like my mom was, they're mostly in survival mode trying to make sure that their kids can eat, got lights, gas, all temporary day-to-day things. But when you talk about long term, when you're talking about a legacy, when you're talking about life insurance, when you're talking about home ownership, there's a reason why we're at the bottom when it comes to home ownership. The reason we're at the bottom when it comes to entrepreneurship, all these different things, because men, we, regardless of all of the different specific problems we can go all the way down the line, how they really try to escape it like. But now we are in a position where we can understand the problem, band together, and have the resources to take this back over. We have no choice, right? Our kids cannot continue suffering. And 70% plus of Black women are leading households, that means 70% plus of those kids are being miseducated. So if we don't start to build family structures again, if men don't start stepping up to take back over our communities, our households, our children, we're going to be in a very bad position for in the future. Our kids are not going to be the heads of building the big companies and billionaires. Our kids are not going to be building power. Our kids are not going to be financially, they're not. They're going to continue the same cycle. The same cycle, work a regular job, make a wage, et cetera, and not be a legacy of their children. We have to interrupt that cycle. We must step up. We must build families back. Black women cannot continue doing this alone. They cannot. Our kids, we're doing an injustice to the next generation of Black children. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank everybody that's joined us on Zoom. Ladies and guests, y'all, our name on the list of Monday has been amazing for the barber shops all across the city. We are proud to be in Roseland. And you know, we're going to continue this conversation so that we can get in understand. Like, I don't know if I'll talk about it. We've done billions and billions over the last few months of pre-approvals of mortgages. Only one was a man. It's a problem has to end. We must create generational wealth. We must own. We must create opportunities for each other, our families, and community. We got to do this, and that's what this is about, and we're going to do it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all for being with us this evening. Really appreciate it. Until next time, y'all have a good day. From my turn to on, we love y'all. Okay.